This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Happy Friday, everyone. Today is May 27th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 25. Well, one person is in critical condition following a vehicle fire last night off Blagg Road. Fire Chief Scott Lewis updates us on the high-intensity blaze and the person who was witnessed running on fire from the scene.
So crews were dispatched just around the dinner hour for a report of a vehicle fire. As we were responding, we could see a dark-colored plume developing in the area. As we arrived on location, we found a fully involved pickup truck. It was well off the roadway through a barbed wire fence and was out in the middle of a field. There was no immediate exposures. However, as we were commencing suppression, some bystanders came up and reported that there was a severely burned gentleman that was running down North Blagg Road. Actually South Blagg, but heading in the northbound direction. So we went in search of that individual and couldn't find him. So we commenced this search with our medic unit and the assistance of Sheriff's Office. We secured a license plate number off the truck, and all in an attempt to try and locate this allegedly burned victim. Probably just as the vehicle was placed under control, we were notified that there was a person fitting that description located several blocks away on Hickory. The reporting party indicated that a severely burned person was laying in front of his residence. Crews directed to that area. We found the patient as described. Immediately, it became apparent that we needed to add flight to the assignment to get that patient flown to trauma. Crews completed that assignment where we are told that it most likely went directly into surgery. So, based on the incident, the circumstances, the nature and severity of the burns, we contacted the State Fire Marshal's office, had a Deputy State Fire Marshal come out and investigate with us last night to the wee hours of the evening. And the fire remains under investigation at this point. Not sure on the status of the burn victim. Last we heard, he was critical. That's our understanding. One person was seen with that particular pickup truck. The investigation's ongoing, but there's indicators that he may have separated from the vehicle before it actually left the roadway. We're not sure exactly what those circumstances are, and we want to further define them before we say too much about it. But he may not have actually been in the truck when it came to its final resting position. No, that's part of the ongoing investigation, but preliminary, we have identified that particular piece of equipment as a fuel pressure washer. And so we're looking into everything about the incident itself, how the vehicle came to be in that condition. But it's our understanding that vehicle was on fire before it came to its final resting position, before it impacted several areas on South Blagg Road. So we're trying to get all that all under wraps. So when the vehicle initially left the roadway, so it was observed on fire as the vehicle was still driving. As the vehicle left the roadway, after the person allegedly separated from the vehicle, it started several small brush fires about a block away from its final resting position.
An emergency crews responded to a reported brush fire early this morning that appears to have started from an electrical source. That fire rekindled this afternoon on a property located at Basin Avenue and Linda Street.
All right, so we got a report of a possible structure fire in the area of Linda and Basin. Upon arrival, we found probably 3 or 4 heavy mesquite trees, immediate exposure of the dwelling. Crews stretched out 2 inch 3/4 lines. We quickly extinguished or contained the wildland fire aspect of it, protected the exposure, which was the main dwelling. We had arcing power lines. We notified Valley Electric. They did a quick response, secured the power, and then the crews quickly extinguished the fire after we contained it. So it was a vacant dwelling with no power to the dwelling itself. It looks like the power pedestal power line shut off or got cut or somehow contained a couple mesquite trees. The wind was pushing straight from the south towards the main structure. There was an outbuilding shed that got involved in it, but it was contained to the property and not to the main dwelling.
And Nye County Commissioner and candidate for re-election Leo Blundo has sent out a letter to Tim Sutton regarding changes in how the campaign spots are set up at the Barber Community Center here in Pahrump, beginning tomorrow for early voting. Sutton, who is the town and county manager, sent out a letter to all candidates changing the process of how spots are chosen. He says to avoid what he calls a mad scramble at the polls for electioneering and campaigning spots, they've now asked candidates to participate in a random one-time drawing. Previously, spots were chosen on a daily first-come, first-served basis, which they say caused disputes in the past. According to Blundo, Nye County Sheriff's Office marked the spaces in the parking lot on the corner of Basin Avenue and Highway 160 to designate the spots more clearly. Blundo says that this should have gone through the BOCC for approval. Early voting begins this Saturday, May 28th, and goes until Friday, June 10th. Well, speaking of early voting, here's your voting information. Early voting in the 2022 primary election is once again May 28th through June 10th. The Nye County polling locations are in Pahrump at the Bob Roode Community Center, in Tonopah at the County Clerk's Office, in Duckwater at the gym. Election day is June 14th. Polls are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. at the Bob Roode Community Center here in Pahrump, Tonopah Convention Center in Tonopah, Amargosa Community Center in Amargosa, and the Beatty Community Center, also the Donald L. Simpson Community Center in Round Mountain. You can register to vote online until May 31st and also change your party affiliation, address, and so much more. For more information, you can go to our Facebook page, KPVM, or you can go to the Nye County Clerk's page for more information on all that details and more. News 25 will return right after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment is brought to you by Higher Society Smoke Shop in Las Vegas. Call 702-982-2300. Call 702-982-2300.
Well, there is a new canine officer on the streets of Nye County. Canine Charlie and his handler are certified and plan to focus their law enforcement career detecting illegal narcotics. Sharon Worley, the sheriff, and the Nye County Sheriff's Office staff want to congratulate Deputy Rumker and Canine Charlie, seen here in these photos, on their successful certification. Rumker and Canine Charlie will work in the Northern Area Command here in the county to continue their work with getting narcotics off the streets and out of our community. Well, Nathan Adelson Hospice held their annual butterfly release recently in the Calvada Eye.
It was beautiful. It was a little windy, but there was, I'd say, over 100 people there. What was very nice was people were laying all over the grass on blankets like it was a giant picnic. And then we had our CEO speak and honored a couple people that like Dr. Craig was one that was honored, had a butterfly release for him. And then we had a nurse we lost recently to a disease, and to him. Our pastor did a wonderful thing. We had a guitar player, but actually it was just really nice. I was so pleased to see people spread all over, like it was a casual occasion. Yes, that's why I think there were so many people there, because we haven't been able to do it, gosh, I think almost 2 years now out here. So there could have been a lot more people here, and I know we had over 100 butterflies and we were sold out. The butterfly release basically is symbolizing like going from a caterpillar to a butterfly, where we're leaving our old self and moving on to the next step. Depends on what their spiritual beliefs are and things like that. That's basically what it is. We're just going from being a caterpillar to our new destination. Just call our office. It's 751-6700. I know my own phone number for work, but theirs I'm not positive. But yes, and somebody's available 24 hours a day if you want to call.
You can also go on to nah.org, right?
Yes, you can go to nah.org, and wonderful website. It'll tell you our prompt number and the Las Vegas number.
Well, in today's Medical Minute, Dr. Templer speaks to us from Spring Mountain Medical.
This Medical Minute is brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical, healthcare the way you've always imagined it.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kevin Templer with Spring Mountain Medical, your hometown health and wellness provider. Today I'm going to talk about receiving treatment for skin conditions. Skin conditions like rashes, eczema, or skin injuries can be painful, irritating, and even embarrassing. Diagnosing and treating these conditions is one of my fortes. I look for issues that were ignored. I like to highlight and investigate areas that were missed. Maybe you have a rash or lesion that could be malignant. So I provide a very thorough exam. If you're bothered by any of these or other symptoms, make an appointment with us today. I'm Dr. Templer, and this has been a Medical Minute brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical.
Well, you know, here at KPVM, we've always made it an opportunity for candidates to have a free one-time interview per campaign cycle. And in continuing to bring you a more in-depth look into candidates running for office, we have Tom Heck, who is vying for the seat of governor for the great state of Nevada.
I saw career politicians fail us every step of the way for 40 years. 40 years they screwed up the state. Education is 50th for 40 years. That doesn't happen by accident. We got this electricity problem. California shut down their natural gas plants. They're talking about shutting down their nuclear plants. And they're shutting down all their fossil fuels and trying to go to 100% renewables. It's insane. Because their stupidity, they're taking our resources. And it's unconscionable that they would do that. And so I'm just going to sue them and keep them in court to build the things that they need to support themselves. And the last thing is most important is education, because we want to have businesses having quality individuals for their employees to work with them. But right now in Nevada, 19% of K through 12 children are not proficient in science. 28% are not proficient in math. And only 13% are prepared to go to college. That is just criminal in my mind. We are mortgaging our children's future because we are throwing money at a problem, because most of the people in Nevada are conflict avoidant, the Nevada government and politics. And you can't be conflict avoidant. And that's one of the big things that I bring to this, is not being conflict avoidant, focusing on the right things, and coming up with common sense solutions that produce successful outcomes. I took a survey with the teachers union. You know, most of their questions about, do I support increased teacher salaries? There was not one question in there about how we're going to improve student learning and how we're going to make our students successful to prepare for a VOTEC path or a college prep path. And I'm going to champion a referendum as governor. I don't think too many states you've seen governors out there championing referendums. I'm going to go across the state, I'm going to go talk to the parents, and we're going to get the referendum passed for school vouchers and school ID. That's how we're going to beat that piece. And once you have voter ID, that's going to really eliminate a lot of the fraud that we've had. And then once you've got school vouchers, the money follows the child, and these schools will have to survive on their own. Because when the kids go around to a school and the parents aren't satisfied with what's happening, they'll start leaving. And at a certain point, maybe 50%, we'll shut the school down. We can't take the country back, but one state at a time, and I'm here to take back Nevada with the military vote, and all you loyal citizens who want a better life to live, work, and play in Nevada, please vote for me. Please support me. Go to my website, electheck.com. I talked briefly about Monday nights at 7. I do live video broadcasts. Come ask me questions. I love to answer your questions. And if you don't get your question answered, call me. 775-393-0500. And I answer my phone. Please call me. Love to hear from you. Love to do these interviews. God bless the United States. God bless Nevada. And God bless all of you.
Well, we'll have your great computer deals tech tip and save a pet right after a word from our sponsors.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, today our smartphones can do just about anything, but they're not always the best option. Josh Osborne from Great Computer Deals here in Pahrump says there are still some things done better with a desktop or laptop computer with a full keyboard.
Hi guys, Josh Osborne with Great Computer Deals. It's time for another quick tutorial, viewer question edition. One viewer asks, if you have a smartphone, do you even need a computer? That is a great question. And while I feel that modern smartphones can do just about anything, there will always be a need for a full desktop or laptop computer. Let me give you an example. You're in school or you're at the office and it's time to type out a term paper or a letter. Would you rather do it on a 6-inch screen with a little touchscreen keyboard or a full 15-inch laptop screen with physical keys for typing? Pretty easy answer there for me. I know I sound like a computer salesman, and I am one, but I feel it's still a great idea to have a full computer and a smartphone so you're covered with any scenario. Why trust a technician when you can trust a friend? Great Computer Deals is located at 1190 East Highway 372. Call us at 775-990-8833.
Thanks so much, Josh. I'm sorry I've been hanging out there so much lately. I had some computer issues. Well, anyways, today Rory shows us a beautiful cat named Mush, who is up for adoption from Desert Haven.
This segment is brought to you by Higher Society Smoke Shop in Las Vegas. Call 702-982-2300. Call 702-982-2300.
Hi, I'm Mary here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today I am with Mush. She has a gorgeous turtle shell. She has golden green eyes, and she has orange and black fur. She's been here since February, and if you would like to know anything about her at Desert Haven Animal Society, please call 775-751-7020. Or you can contact them at their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. And just a reminder that Desert Haven Animal Society is open 7 days a week, and this Saturday there's a special adoption event from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Frontage Road at Legal High. They are raffling off gas cards, CCW classes, pet first aid, baskets, and more.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, the whole crew's going to be down there at the Park Valley High School graduation tonight. And of course, we got Memorial Day weekend. I wonder what the weather is going to be like. John's going to tell us all about it when we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, wishing you a happy Friday. Oh, what a weekend we have ahead of us. Let's take a look at the weather map and see what kind of plans we can make. Fernley, Fallon, Carson City. Plan to have a lot of wind. How about that? 79 degrees, and Fernley, Fallon's got 81. Carson City, the cool spot in the state today, 75 degrees. That actually sounds pretty reasonable. A little wind on top, maybe not so reasonable. I don't like that. Tonopah, 82 degrees. Goldfield saw 84. It's 93 out in Beatty and 98 in Amargosa. But that's not the best. Oh, boy, we saved that for Las Vegas. 101 degrees and 108 out in Death Valley. But here in the Paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look. 94 degrees. Pretty robust, wouldn't you say? 96 just a little bit earlier. That wind out of the south-southwest all day long, 19 miles per hour. Actually felt kind of good with these high temperatures. The sun rose this morning at 5:29 with hardly any wind. Setting this evening at 7:52. We'll see cloudy skies and beautiful colors as we head down to a low of 67. And that wind continuing at 19 miles per hour. That's a pretty good clip. Can that continue forever? Maybe, almost close. It's going to die down about 5 miles per hour next couple days, and we'll see kind of a weather system turning away and temperatures dropping down to about 80 degrees on Monday for a high, and we rebuild throughout the week. But look at that sunshine all throughout next week. It's going to be gorgeous. Actually, winds not too shabby, and things to look forward to, so that's not too bad. Looking forward to it. I hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you on the other side. Back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
Pretty good temps for that Memorial Day weekend. We got to remind everybody once again, 10 a.m. on Monday, May 30th, is the VFW Post Memorial Day ceremony. That starts promptly at 10. Please arrive early. That's at Homestead Road, just right there before Mann's. And also they're having an 11 a.m. flag retirement ceremony. If you need a flag retired, you can drop it off at the VFW post, and they will be burning those flags, and that is the proper way to dispose of an American flag. So if you do see smoke in that area, we just need to let you know that that's going to be going on most of the day. At 6 p.m. is the Disabled American Veterans Memorial Day service. That's at the Chief Tacopos Cemetery right there on East Street, right next to the Pahrump Valley Library. And they will be having that arrive early, 6 p.m. once again. And remember, tonight we're going to be all at the Pahrump Valley High School graduation. Our whole crew is there. You can order a DVD or digital copy of the graduation ceremony by giving us a call at 775-727-9400. Of course, you can get a copy right there when we have our crew out and about. We also have a booth there, so you can come on down. You can pay for cash or a card, or even reserve a digital copy of your graduate's special day. And once again, that's $25 for those copies, 775-727-9400, or just see us at the graduation. And Darby and I Do Photography is going to be out there with, taking photos. She is actually the official photographer of Pahrump Valley High School now for those graduation ceremonies. So if you would like to purchase those pictures, you can go online to idophotography.net/PVHS graduation. Of course, you can give I Do Photography a phone call, 775-990-6261. You'll see Darby out and about taking pictures of all those graduates, and we want to congratulate the whole entire 2022 Pahrump Valley High School graduating class. We hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you back here on Tuesday. Our staff is going to be taking Monday off, and so that they can show respect to our veterans on this Memorial Day weekend. Thank you so much. We'll see you back here on Tuesday. Good night.